Hi guys, Modular Prepper here again, modularprepper.com. Many of you are collecting precious metals, silver, gold, other commodities that you could use to trade in the event of an economic collapse. Some preppers believe that an economic collapse is imminent, and silver, gold, and other precious metals will be the only way to conduct commerce. So one of the ways to find silver is to find it in U.S. coins. Half dollars are silver prior to 1970. From 1965 to 1970, they are 40% silver. And then prior to 1964 and prior, they are 90% silver. Quarters and dimes, 1964 and before, are also 90% silver. So it's been my experience that most of the half dollars and most of the quarters have been collected. The dates are larger on a quarter and therefore easier to recognize. So dimes, I think, my theory would be that because that date is much harder to see on a dime, the dimes haven't been quite as picked out. They also have a lower value just because they weigh less. Nickels, I believe, have pretty much always been made of nickel, so they really are just worth a nickel. Pennies, 1982 and older, are 95% copper, as opposed to this new 2007 penny here, which is actually only 2.5% copper, I believe. So pennies prior to 1982, like this 1971 penny, for example, being 95% copper, is actually worth a little more than a penny if it was smelted down, I suppose. So if you want to collect pennies, that's your prerogative, but that's, I don't know, that's a lot of work. And there's no real easy way that I understand to find copper pennies in a slew of pennies. Dimes, though, those are my favorite. What I'll do is I'll go to the bank and I'll buy a box of 2,500 dimes, $250 worth of dimes, and it's a brick. Some banks are charging for the service now, and if they charge for it, it's probably not worth it, but my bank does not charge. It's a smaller local bank. And they don't charge when I go in and ask for a box of dimes. I'll go in and get one every paycheck or so, and I'll find 1 to 3, I would say on average, silver dimes in a box of dimes, as long as it's not a brand new box of dimes from the mint, which aren't all that common. I don't know if during certain times of the year if they'd be more common or not. But once I get that box of dimes, I have a trick that I use to find the silver dimes. Since dimes minted after 1965 and older have a lot of copper in them, you can see the sides or the edges of those dimes. You can see the copper in those dimes. I don't know if we can get a clear picture. There you go. But if I take a stack of dimes, and if there's a silver dime, it stands out. I don't know if I can get the angle right on there. There you go. You see how well that one silver dime in there stands out? And you'll get an eye for it if you start looking. So I'll sit in front of the TV and I can go through a box of 2,500 dimes in about a half hour. And I might find 1 to 3 dimes. Now, it's not a good return on investment. I could probably make more doing minimum wage, considering that they're worth about 20 to 30 times their face value. But it's, you know, it's all right. It's fun, and it's something that I like to do to collect silver dimes. So you can see that one dime in there. I'll pull it out. And we can now see that is, let's see if I can get the light right, a 1964 silver dime. So that's how you do it. Thanks for watching. This is Modular Prepper, modularprepper.com.